Hello! Yay, multiple videos again, so same outfit. I guess I'll decide what to wear next time for another outfit, but anyway. Let's see, this time I wanted to talk about commuting expenses. So, commuting, when I was back home, I didn't have a car, I just never learned to drive, and that's kind of a horrible thing for America because there's a lot of things you need to drive to. And for most places, public transportation is freaking awful. Really awful. I lived in LA and public transportation was available, but sometimes to get to the place you wanted to go to, it would take like an hour and a half to an hour, like an hour or an hour and a half to 3 hours because of all the transfers and the different routes to get somewhere. And like some places are, even though something was like only an hour away by car, for some reason, because of the route the bus took, where it just went everywhere, it just took so long. The 3 hour trip is like the maximum though, just because that's how long it takes to get to Disneyland from downtown. And days where I want to actually have fun, I have to get up at like 6 in the morning in order to get to the park before noon. So, yeah, that was a thing. Whereas now, public transportation here in Japan is like not really so bad. I mean, there's still some times where I have a classroom that's the far classroom where like it does take an hour and a half to get there, but I have plenty of time to get there, and it's like reasonably not that different from the driving amount of time. Trains are also super efficient. They're almost always on time, and when they're not, they put notices everywhere to tell you how much they're going to be late, usually. Pretty reasonable estimates. And the timetables are accurate pretty much up to the minute, so you can set an alarm and go to sleep and nap on your way there, and then wake up and like, okay, time to get off. Whereas it's like for Americans, I feel like you don't really know when your stop is, and you kind of, if you want to take a nap, it's like, you make a rough estimate and try to like set it well in advance to wake up, but you have to be really wary of your surroundings. That's also like just not safe because someone might steal your stuff. But yeah, public transportation, pretty good. The only difference is that maybe like for prices, like for a lot of places in America, they do flat rate for anywhere, whereas Japan, they charge you by how far you go for most things. Some bus companies will do flat rate, but for the trains, they do distance, which I feel is not unreasonable, but I'm like used to it. I think it makes sense, and to pay slightly more for reliability and being able to get to your destination on time. I don't mind. It's like if you have that under control, it's okay. um, and yeah, so transportation, and they have like IC cards. I love IC cards. I mean, in Metro in LA started doing the tap card thing, which is like similar, but like they don't have like turnstiles, and they don't really check. They have like police officers that go in trains to check manually like that too, but like, oh man, it's like they don't really check. Whereas like here it's kind of like, well, I think also it's like most Japanese people are more honest, so yeah, they're a lot more on the honest side, so it's like they'll actually pay all the time. Anyway, they have some signs up for lately about penalties for not paying the fare and things like that. I think maybe more for tourists and possibly some delinquent teenagers. But for the most part, I don't think it's a huge problem. Most of the signs are in English though, so I think it's more for tourists who maybe don't know what they're doing, or maybe want to try to do cheap styles and think they can get away with it. But, yeah, transportation. And I realized I forgot the last time to do a little thing that I got. Okay, so this time I want to do this guy. So, any of you who have heard of the USJ Final Fantasy promotion probably know about this. It's one of the chocobos from the Final Fantasy XR ride. I think, what was it? Universal Studios Japan. What's the name of the ride? Yeah, I was like XR ride, I think it was. Yeah, so they have like special Final Fantasy plushies and things there. They didn't have a Moogle one anymore. I think those are sold out. They're like the cutest, and also the ones that are actually on the ride. You don't really see chocobos anywhere on the ride. Yeah, I got this at USJ during Golden Week. I went to USJ for Golden Week for one day. The rest of the time I was in my apartment, mostly sick because I caught a cold, especially at the end of the week. It was raining. It suddenly got cold. The beginning of the week was so hot. And Osaka was hot. And I came back to Okayama, I was like, whoa, shit, it's freezing. And raining, sudden downpour of rain, and I had to pull my jacket out of my stuff, but yeah. Went to USJ, got this guy. So cute. They're like little tour guide outfits kind of thing. The Moogles had like goggles and stuff like that because they're supposed to be like workers in like this magicite factory. It's an interesting ride. It's like a fully 3D ride, but like it's not like they don't give you glasses. They give you goggles that you literally have to strap to your face. So if you wear glasses, you can't not have them on. They make you take off your glasses, and they give you a little pouch to hold them in, but like you have to put on the goggles and then do a focus on there to change it so you can see. And if you have like vision where like one eye is bad and one is okay, it's the focus is really hard to do. Like my vision is kind of okay, or like this left eye is actually kind of bad because of prior health problem. But I could see pretty okay. It's just like sometimes the picture was not as clear as I would hope. But so it's like, I mean, the rides at USJ change every year, so it's like kind of not worth the ticket context just for that. But at the same time, it's like honestly, I'm really thinking about it. But yeah. Anyway, USJ. Okay. All right. So see you.